unmatched in other parts of the country. But on October 25th, everything changed.
And outside of the House chambers, lawmakers were talking about that. Governors talking about the climate change response.
I think they're the two top issues to address for if you're going to talk about the security of the state of Maine and where we stand now. I thought starting off with climate change, I was completely shocked. I was very pleased with that. It's something I don't think our top leaders talk about enough.
Number one, I'm not an advocate of the climate change issue. I've proven several times that the climate crisis was not what caused the storms that happened. And so I was disappointed there.
And Governor Mills adds that in the coming days, she's going to be introducing legislation that she says will be to protect personal safety. Now, with a little over 2 months left in this legislative session, it's not clear what it's going to be able to be getting done before the legislature adjourns. At the State House, I'm Corey Bouchard for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, immediately following the governor's address, House Minority Leader Billy Bob Fockingham and Senate Minority Leader Trey Stewart offered a response on behalf of legislative Republicans, saying they needed to, quote, set the record straight.
Both raised concerns, with Stewart saying the governor's comments on the economy, which were released earlier today before her live speech, painted an inaccurate picture of Maine's economy. He said the governor had gaslighted Mainers into thinking everything is fine.
The cold, hard truth of our economy under Democrat control is that Maine people are struggling, and things have gotten worse, not better, on their watch. You don't need to be an economist to recognize that when your bills are rising faster than your paychecks, it's harder to make ends meet for your family.
Representative Fockingham expressed keen disappointment at what he says was not covered in the governor's speech, including the earlier section that was released earlier today.
I wanted the governor to show leadership by publicly calling on the Secretary of State to let people decide whom they want to vote for. I wanted the governor to lower the tax and regulatory burden on Maine people. I wanted the governor to commit to lower electric rates by reversing the flow of money to out-of-state solar and wind corporations. There's no reason to pay artificially high prices just to follow a California agenda that will destroy our state.
And it's important to note we are told the Republicans plan to hold a press conference tomorrow as well to issue a more detailed response.
In other news tonight, Maine State Police are investigating a tractor-trailer rollover in Brewer that injured a sergeant with the Penobscot County Sheriff's Office. At about 8 this morning, a tractor-trailer driven by 41-year-old Christopher Higgins of Baileyville was traveling on the westbound on-ramp of I-395 when he failed to negotiate the turn. Department of Public Safety spokesperson Shannon Moss says his truck rolled over, taking out the center portion of the guardrail. It also struck a Penobscot County Sheriff's cruiser that was traveling eastbound at the same time. Sergeant Gary Decker was driving that cruiser. He was transported to Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center in Bangor with non-life-threatening injuries. Higgins was taken to the same hospital with minor injuries. The tractor-trailer truck was carrying diesel fuel, which did spill. The Department of Environmental Protection was called in to clean it up. The on- and off-ramps to Wilson Street in Brewer were closed for several hours.
A Saco man is facing charges after police say he led officers on a chase and smashed into a cruiser. Maine State Police say at about 10:15 this morning, Corporal Kyle Wells was traveling on Route 35 in Lyman when he saw a Maine Water Company truck operating erratically. They say the truck was swerving in its lane and speeding, and after Corporal Wells activated his lights, the truck allegedly took off at a high rate of speed. The pursuit continued on Route 111 until the driver stopped on the side of the road. As Corporal Wells was getting out of his cruiser, the driver allegedly accelerated in reverse and struck the state police cruiser, putting it out of commission. Corporal Wells was not injured, and York County sheriffs chased the truck, which eventually crashed. Maine State Police say the truck was found to have been stolen. They identified the operator as 39-year-old Ricky Cooper of Saco. They say his license was suspended and and he was out on 4 sets of bail conditions. Now, Cooper was transported to Maine Medical Center for non-life-threatening injuries. Upon release, he will be arrested on multiple charges, including eluding an officer and reckless conduct with a dangerous weapon. The incident still under investigation.
Back in November, an outbreak of hepatitis A began rapidly spreading through homeless encampments in the Portland area. Now officials from the city of Bangor are taking proactive steps to keep a similar outbreak from happening here. Our Grace Blanchard explains.
I think if you can prevent the spread of disease and prevent illness in other people, I think that's a good motivation to try to help.
Bangor Public Health is partnering with Penobscot Community Healthcare to bring hepatitis A vaccines to members of the community who are uninsured or experiencing homelessness.
Across the country, hepatitis A was on the rise among vulnerable populations, so we decided locally that we could do something proactive about that.
This comes amid an outbreak in the Portland area that impacted many living in homeless encampments. According to a spokesperson with the Maine CDC, there are currently 21 cases total, but it is unclear how many of those people are unsheltered. Hamilton says those who are experiencing homelessness are at a greater risk for contracting the virus.
If you don't have access to hand washing and regular hygiene practices, then you're a little more vulnerable.
Hepatitis A is a contagious liver infection that can spread rapidly. However, officials say it is highly preventable through vaccinations.
One shot is about 94% effective.
The vaccines are going to be administered at local shelters and warming centers. Officials say they hope to start making shots available by March. Although Hamilton says they have not seen any concerning cases in the area, they're trying to be proactive rather than reactive.
Most people want their fellow people to be safe and healthy, and so this is a good step toward that.
In Bangor, Grace Blanchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Maine's congressional delegation is urging the Department of Justice to crack down on illegal Chinese-owned marijuana operations in the state. In a second letter to Attorney General Merrick Garland, the delegation highlighted the increasing number of these operations, which are detrimental to Maine businesses that comply with state laws. Since the beginning of this year, 8 people have been arrested, and police have seized more than 4,400 cannabis plants at 4 growing sites in Belgrade, China, and Cornville. Maine's congressional delegation first wrote to the DOJ last August. At that time, a Border Patrol memo said law enforcement in the state had identified 270 suspected properties that had been used as illegal Chinese growing operations, producing an estimated $4.37 billion in revenue.
Police are still looking for the driver of a truck that appeared to crash into a cemetery in Durham on Friday morning. The Androscoggin County Sheriff's Office says that crash happened around 10 o'clock at Sawyer Cemetery on Route 136. The crash was not reported for several hours and caused extensive damage to a stone wall, a headstone, and a cemetery sign. The chair of the town cemetery committee says the cemetery holds an important place for those in the community.
A lot of people who live in this town, these are their grandparents, their great-grandparents, and even further back. So, history to the townspeople is extremely important. So it's very disrespectful, the fact that nobody has actually come forward.
She reached out on Facebook to see if anyone could help with the search. She says someone took a picture of the truck involved in the crash, but is still looking for more information about the incident. Anyone with information is being asked to call the Androscoggin County Sheriff's Office.
Well, they're the people you never see, or at least some of them, but all day and night they make sure your water is safe to drink and wastewater is purified and safe for the environment. Brad Rogers looks at the workforce shortage facing Maine's water industry and steps being taken to try and fix it.
Water industry leaders say retirees are causing a so-called silver tsunami, shrinking Maine's clean water workforce from 850 to 650 operators over the last 8 years. The Portland Water District alone is now losing 5 to 7 employees each year to retirement.
Here at Portland Water, almost 20% of our workforce is over 60.
Dustin Price is chief operator for the Portland Water District's 4 wastewater treatment plants. He's also a Navy veteran looking to recruit other veterans for jobs here.
Really, no matter what job they have in the military, some of those skills relate directly into what we do in the water industry.
So there's a lot of transferable skills that can come over to the water industry.
Many in the industry say hiring veterans like Dustin Price will be critical to filling the jobs of those who will soon retire. And now a new DEP rule change allows veterans to leverage their experience to get higher paying jobs in the industry.
These are services that people depend on, that have to work 24 hours a day, and we don't have any opportunity to take breaks, so we need to find good people to do that.
Even though many of these systems are automated, operators, electricians, engineers, and lab techs are needed to keep them running at peak performance.
But you still need some human interaction to make this work. Stacy, how many typical tests a month do we run just on the water?
Yeah, I mean, over probably about 200 tests.
In Saco alone, the Portland Water District is also looking to hire farmers, artists, cooks, and new Mainers.
We're looking for folks that have a good work ethic, attention to detail, and a passion for protecting the environment.
They and other water districts also offer paid training programs for you to earn while you learn.
And that was Brad Rogers reporting. Tax season officially began on Monday, which can bring added stress to many people. Our Doug Banks spoke with one local tax professional to find out what taxpayers should know about filing this year.
Mainers have until April 17th to file their taxes, but if you're having difficulty, you can apply for a filing extension, moving that due date to October 15th. This, however, does not forgive payment penalties.
There's two penalties, one for filing one and one for paying late. So it'll stop the filing one, but not the paying late.
With a new year brings new things people should know when filing taxes. Tax expert Bob Thomas says the child tax credit has increased by $1,600. The minimum age to take IRS distribution has increased to 72. 401k minimum deferred composition has increased to $22,000 for people under 50, $30,000 for those over 50. There are new exceptions for people who need their income upon retirement, and an increase in travel coverage for charitable work. There are also new benefits for firefighters.
If you're a firefighter and you take early distribution from retirement, you can do it when you're 50 or over now, or 25 years of service.
These changes are just some of the hundreds that are available, and it can be easy to get lost in how to know if you're eligible. Thomas recommends researching questions and concerns on irs.gov or taking your tax information to a qualified professional.
The most common mistake is not getting what your deductions are. A good tax preparer will care for you and want to get every dime you got coming back.
In Bangor, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Definitely some handy tips there, and this is definitely a time of year that stresses a lot of people out.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, another thing that can stress you out is the temperatures outside. They are currently plummeting as we speak.
Yeah, they are. I mean, it's sort of par for the course for this year. I think really the bigger disappointment is the amount of snow we've gotten, although we have gotten some recently.
Right.
So plenty of people happy about that.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get a first check of our forecast and see what's coming.
Thank you, Beth. Our first weather is brought to you by Winterport Sheds. Do you need extra storage, a place to live, camp on your lot, building for your pets? Check them out at Winterport or at the Bangor Mall. And, of course, at winterportsheds.com. And another cold day out there today. Our average high is around 28 degrees, well below that here in town. Up north, check this out, Millinocket area, Greenville, and even north of that, temperatures still in those lower 20s. Of course, you folks know that well below average. Now, just a few passing clouds here and there. We're going to continue to see mainly clear skies overnight tonight with still around 5 inches of snow on the ground here in town. Greenville, in and around Greenville, some places have well over a foot on the ground. Now, it's going to get cold by tomorrow morning. Winds are going to be pretty calm, but temperatures will be hovering near zero. Beth?
All right, so that is a frigid overnight. I'll give you that.
Indeed, even
That's
for Mainers.
Yeah, it is. All right, well, still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, a Waterville business owner is focusing on giving back to her community.
And our Jody Hersey will take us to a volunteer-run eatery in Dexter. Love those stories and much more when we come right back.
As soon as you come out from your carpentry apprenticeship class, you get straight to work with everybody else. You can go into that carpentry apprenticeship class with no skills. They will teach you, they will make sure that you're comfortable before they ever send you out. An apprenticeship is better because, especially me, I'm a very hands-on learner. I wanted to go from having a job that paid my bills to having a passion and a career that really would take me places.
Maine Commercial Solar offers a variety of services including solar systems design, sales, maintenance, and installation. Maine Commercial Solar can help you with existing or new systems. We offer packages for installation by others, or we can help you build your own solar array, smaller residential, or anything in between. Maine Commercial Solar is currently hiring in Herman for multiple positions. We offer competitive pay, a 3% IRA match, vacation, holiday time, and a family-oriented environment. If interested, please call Jason at 848-7486.
Toyota's all-wheel drive vehicles not only conquer the elements, Toyota conquers its competitors by sheer selection. You see, Toyota has 22 different all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive models. That's more than Subaru, more than Honda, more than Jeep. Conquer most anything with the 202 horsepower all-wheel drive Camry or the fun all-wheel drive Corolla Cross, both with Toyota Safety Sense technology included. See your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
CEM DP Porter Contractors has been in business for over 40 years in the Bangor area. We specialize in commercial, medical, and residential design build construction, as well as building maintenance and renovations. CEM DP Porter Contractors is currently hiring in Herman for multiple positions, including carpenters and a project manager superintendent. We offer vacation, holidays, a 3% IRA match, competitive pay, and a family-oriented environment. If interested in applying, please contact Jason at 848-7486.
Who's a fake? Let's get it on. And who's the real deal?
Right from the start, you were free.
All new I Can See Your Voice, Wednesdays on Fox.
Hi there, I'm Emma Smith, and coming up on Good Morning Maine, tax season is upon us. We'll hear from a local tax expert on if anything has changed this year. Plus, we'll hear about a pasta drive in Old Town and all the latest about the governor's State of the State address. These stories and much more coming up on Good Morning Maine.
Welcome back. A Waterville business owner is turning to the public to help with her newest project. Our Matthew Duranczyk explains.
Welcome to Old Soul. Before becoming co-owner of Old Soul Collective in Waterville, Jessica McKeag always had an eye for design, starting her own apparel brand Retro Realm 4 years ago. Seeing Retro Realm growing, she wanted to do something as a thank you for the people who've embraced her brand.
I really wanted to figure out a way to give back to the community and, make a bigger impact than just what it is that I do here and what I have available here.
And then she got an idea, creating unique apparel for a specific nonprofit or charity every month.
The process is simple. You guys need to go onto Retro Realm's Facebook page and comment the nonprofits or charities you'd like just to design apparel around, and proceeds will go to that specific cause.
I really wanted the community to have a voice in what's important to them, because obviously the community is the most important way on making this successful. So having different organizations that are important to our community, was really important to me as well.
Local shoppers I spoke to say they're looking forward to the future apparel dropping.
I love to support Waterville and Waterville businesses. Want to keep them open, want to keep them thriving. So it's always nice to support all the stuff downtown here.
McKeag says she's aiming for this project to be up and running as early as March or April. Any organizations interested in participating should contact Jess on social media. We'll have her links on our website. In Waterville, shop local. Matthew Duranczyk, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
In Dexter, you'll find a community center called Gatherings for Main Street, which serves lunch twice a week to residents and guests passing through town. However, this little eatery is run solely by volunteers, and the costs of all the meals are all covered by donations. Our Jody Hersey stopped by to check it out.
At Gatherings for Main Street, customers can dine on anything from soups and sandwiches to protein bowls.
It's not like eating meat will kill you or anything, but we believe it's healthier, if you can, to have a plant-based diet. That's one of the reasons why we're doing the protein bowls, is because a lot of people, they question where they can get protein if they're not getting it from meat.
Husband and wife Ethan and Tiffany Wright are the co-directors of Gatherings for Main Street. Tiffany, who has a culinary background, is responsible for the menu.
Many years ago, I went to school to be a chef, but we ended up having kids, so I stayed home and raised them. So this has been my first time in a kitchen in a long time that I wasn't just cooking for my family.
Gatherings for Main Street offers a meal twice a week, Mondays and Wednesdays from noon to 1:30, and all the folks that prepare and serve the food are volunteers.
Every single person, including myself and my wife, we're all volunteer, and we're a nonprofit. So there's a lot less overhead than you might find at a regular establishment.
And although every dish listed has a suggested price, the cost, the Wrights say, is by donation only.
I think it's a great service to the community. It's donation, so that's really beautiful for some people that can't afford it.
The meals they prepare have a lot of variety, a lot of taste, and it's just a great place to stop by and get a quick meal.
The Wrights say feeding the community is easy to do when you live in a place like Dexter.
The people that we know, the people that come in, they're great. This is a wonderful community to be in.
In Dexter, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, we have an update tonight on a story we brought you last August about sharing our differences. WERU Radio in East Orland teamed up with StoryCorps' One Small Step program to collect 25 recorded conversations between strangers that can be released for radio use or archived in the Library of Congress for future generations. StoryCorps' goal was to bring people together from different political, social, and cultural views for a 1-hour facilitated conversation where they could find common ground. Over 100 people signed up to participate in the program, allowing facilitators and the radio station to record 25 conversations between 50 participants from 37 towns, ranging from Falmouth to Presque Isle. WERU will air clips from some of those conversations this Wednesday on 89.9.
A lot of people are also talking about how they see that a program like this can help us to really come together and rebuild our communities and rebuild the fabric that can help us to move forward.
Well, listeners are invited to call in during the show, which will air on 89.9 from 4 to 5 p.m. Wednesday, January 31st. Listeners should dial 618-8819 during the program.
It's a really cool concept.
Definitely, yeah. It's definitely. I think it'll be interesting to hear those conversations, hear how people chime in,
right.
Hear what the tone is. Does it escalate? Does everyone stay calm? And kind of what are the topics? I think it's a really interesting concept.
It absolutely is.
Yeah.
Coming up on the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22, President Biden is being pressured for a forceful response after an attack from an Iranian-backed group kills U.S. service members.
And a House committee is drawing up articles of impeachment for Alejandro Mayorkas, President Biden's Secretary of Homeland Security. Those stories and more as the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22 continues.
The highly capable family of Hyundai SUVs. Lease an all-wheel drive 2024 Tucson for $239 per month. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
Behind every keepsake, there's a memory. Behind every photo, there's a story. Behind Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration, there's people giving back by bringing back what was thought to be lost. The details, the time, and the expertise, all packaged up behind a name that Mainers have trusted for over 35 years. Statewide commercial and residential services. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration. You keep the memories. We'll handle the rest.
Commercial vehicles can be dangerous, and they usually carry big insurance policies. So whether you're hurt by a landscaping truck like this, a work van like this, or a big rig like this, we know commercial vehicle accidents, and we know how to get you the big money you may deserve. If any commercial vehicle hurts you, call the Twos. We win for you.
Hurt by a commercial vehicle? Call the Twos. We win for you. Call 222-2222.
Come bowl a few games here at Bangor Brewer Bowling Lanes. We're one of the only candlepin bowling alley centers in Maine, conveniently located in the heart of Brewer. You always have the opportunity to simply bowl for fun. However, you can also join a league. We have youth leagues, adult and senior leagues. Now don't forget, we also host birthday parties for under $100, and gift certificates are also available. Give us a call right away at 989-3798 to make reservations for your birthday party today.
Farming and cowboy life is definitely in my blood.
The one thing that's missing for me is somebody to share all this with.
So who thinks they've got what it takes to make it in the country?
It's risky because they're from the city.
I'm the fish out of water.
I hope they're ready to get dirty.
What are we getting ourselves into? I'm vegan.
How would that work for the beef market?
Yeah. Oh.
The highly capable family of Hyundai SUVs. Lease an all-wheel drive 2024 Tucson for $239 per month. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
You're watching Fox 22 Bangor.
The world awaits President Biden's response to the deaths of 3 American soldiers from a drone attack in Jordan blamed on Iran proxy terrorists. The president says he has made a decision, but is not saying what that decision is. Fox News Chief National Security Correspondent Jennifer Griffin is at the Pentagon with the latest.
I don't think we could be any more clear that we have called on the Iranian proxy groups to stop their attacks. They have not. And so we will respond in a time and manner of our choosing.
The Pentagon unimpressed by a belated statement today from Kateb Hezbollah, the leading suspect behind the drone strike that killed 3 Americans. The parents of one of the slain service members, 24-year-old specialist Kennedy Sanders, who was posthumously promoted to sergeant, spoke about their family's generations of service. Her father was a Marine, her grandfather was in the Army, and her older brother is in the Navy.
She chose to serve the country and give us our freedoms, be part of us getting our freedoms. And stuff happened, and it's hard for the parents to endure. That's why I honor her so much and believe she's a hero.
Specialist Brianna Moffitt, also posthumously promoted to sergeant, celebrated her 23rd birthday 9 days ago. Moffitt's childhood friend paid tribute.
She really, really, really honored her job. I know you're in a better place right now, but we miss you. I just wish I could hug her one last time.
Sergeant William Rivers enlisted as an electrician 13 years ago in New Jersey, where Governor Phil Murphy will sign an order this week for flags to fly at half-staff.
President Biden called the families of those killed in Jordan this morning. He and Defense Secretary Austin, among others, will attend the dignified transfer at Dover this Friday. 47 U.S. troops have reported injuries from the attack. Of the 8 who were medevaced, 3 flew to Landstuhl in Germany. 1 remains in critical condition. At the Pentagon, Jennifer Griffin, Fox News.
Meanwhile, a House committee is marking up articles of impeachment for Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. Republicans are accusing him of not enforcing laws at the southern border. Fox's Connor Hansen has more.
Some members of the House Homeland Security Committee believe Secretary Mayorkas is guilty of high crimes and misdemeanors. Articles of impeachment claim Mayorkas did not enforce immigration law and that he lied to Congress about the southern border being secure.
Secretary Mayorkas is the very type of public official the framers feared. Someone who would cast aside the laws passed by a co-equal branch of government, replacing those with his own preferences, hurting his fellow Americans in the process.
Mayorkas responded to lawmakers with a letter saying problems at the border go back before he took over the agency. He claims the current administration has removed more migrants than the Trump administration. This comes as a small group of senators tries to work out a bipartisan border deal.
Just give me the power. I've asked for the very day I got in office. Give me the border patrol. Give me the people. Give me the people, the judges. Give me the people who can stop this and make it work rationally.
Some in the House are growing anxious, not having seen the text of the bill.
All we know is the reports and rumors, I suppose, that have been leaked. I hope some of this is not true. But from what we've seen, clearly what's been suggested is in this bill is not enough to secure the border.
How can you oppose something that you don't even know what is in the text? And what that tells me is they are not interested in governing.
Articles of impeachment for Secretary Mayorkas are expected to go to the full House for a vote sometime next week. In New York, Connor Hansen, Fox News.
Residents of an East Arkansas town have been without running water for more than 2 weeks now. The outage came after the state was hit by below freezing temperatures, forcing the town of about 1,400 residents to line up for bottled water, fill up jugs, or take showers at trucks brought in by the state. This isn't the first water crisis the town has faced. A similar weeks-long outage occurring just last summer. Local officials are now racing to fix leaks throughout the city and restore water to residents, but say they're also facing the longer-term challenge of overhauling a system with an infrastructure that dates back decades. There's no known timeline for when residents can expect their water to be restored.
And still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, Neuralink, the brain implant company founded by billionaire Elon Musk, has had its first human patient.
And in sports, we'll hear how the Pittsfield community has rallied around a beloved coach beyond what was ever imagined. We'll be right back.
It's the new celebrity guessing game.
Who is the celebrity behind the relative
that could win you life-changing money?
You got it right!
We Are Family, all new Wednesdays on Fox.
Jerry's Used Cars has been a family-owned business for more than 30 years, currently in Corinna and Vesey. However, we have changed a little as we are no longer just a buy here, pay here dealership. We now have access to outside financing and also carry utility trailers. We would be happy to assist you with your next vehicle purchase. And don't forget, here at Jerry's Used Cars, we offer an extended warranty. So give us a call at either our Corinna or Vesey location.
Are plumbing problems giving you a headache? Look no further than Sprague's Plumbing Solutions. With more than 10 years' experience, Sprague's Plumbing Solutions has the knowledge to assist with your plumbing issues. Whether it's a service, remodel, new build, or commercial, we've got you covered. For reliable, professional plumbing services, call Sprague's Plumbing Solutions today for a free estimate. 951-1637. We're here to make your plumbing problems disappear.
Let's face it, getting training and experience is hard, but at Loring Job Corps, we can help. From certifications in automotive technology, obtaining your CDL, or learning building trades, we have you covered. Maybe you prefer joining the high-tech world of computer networking or cybersecurity. We have that as well. Don't delay, get in the driver's seat to your future today. And the best part, Loring Job Corps is free. Receive free training, free meals, and even free housing. Call or go to jobcorps.gov/Loring. Job Corps careers begin here.
Roto-Rooter has served the greater Bangor area and beyond for 35 years, offering plumbing, hydrojetting, snaking, descaling, video inspection, and grease interceptor cleaning services. For all your residential and commercial clogs, call Roto-Rooter today, 990-1234.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
I started smoking at age 16. I was scared when they found cancer in my lung.
Lung cancer, still the deadliest cancer in Maine, but a new test can find it earlier when treatment is more successful.
They were able to remove my cancer and I went back to work, but now I'm retired.
If you're age 55 or older and smoke now or smoked heavily in the past, ask your provider if lung cancer screening is right for you, and learn more at screenmaine.org.
Farmers across Europe are protesting and blocking roadways to demand better pay, lower production costs, and fewer industry constraints. Demonstrations have many worried it could further impact the global food crisis. Fox's Greg Palcott has the story.
No sign of retreat from French farmers encircling Paris on its major highways with tractor barricades. Protesters with food reserves, tents, and water set up camp Monday, and they say they're in it for the long haul.
We have everything we need to eat, barbecues, and a wall of hay to shield ourselves from the wind.
Farmers are taking a stand to demand better pay, an end to over-regulation, and protections against cheap imports. Many saying farming has become too difficult and brings in little profit.
I run my farm, but if I don't earn money, I cannot invest. It's an economy that doesn't function anymore.
Similar demonstrations also happening in southern France, Belgium, and Italy. Near Rome, traffic wasn't blocked, But a group of over 100 farmers took over an area in front of a major motorway to peacefully protest European Union agricultural policies.
It's not the Europe of the people. It's not the Europe of those who work. It's the multinational corporations that rule Europe.
French President Emmanuel Macron defended those policies during a trip to Sweden on Tuesday, but he also called on EU members to do more to protect farmers from a flood of Ukrainian produce imports. President Macron says he'll address the food crisis with the EU president on Thursday during a summit with other European leaders in Brussels. In London, Greg Palcott, Fox News.
The company best known for blue jeans will be handing out pink slips soon as it reorganizes its business. A report says Levi Strauss will cut about 10% of its worldwide workforce, which is about 19,000 employees. The cuts are coming as the company goes into restructuring mode and changes leadership. The company says the cuts and restructuring will cost more than $100 million. Levi Strauss facing similar downsizing to other retailers trimming jobs recently. The company is also projecting smaller fiscal year revenue rises by just 1 to 3% instead of a predicted 4.7%.
Well, meanwhile, UPS also announcing it's cutting jobs, 12,000 to be exact. The company attributes the cuts to lower volume and a more than $9 billion drop in revenue year over year. UPS says the cuts will affect less than 3% of its workforce, and the company also says it's continuing to align its staffing to the needs of its business.
Neuralink, the brain implant company founded by Elon Musk, has implanted its first brain chip inside a human. Musk says the patient is recovering well from the surgery. While no information was given about the patient, the company announced in September that it was looking for participants who suffer from quadriplegia. Musk also says initial results from the surgery show promising neuron spike detection, which shows the technology is likely finding signals inside the patient's brain. The company will now monitor how long the chip can function properly in the brain.
Well, coming up, we have all the answers in the full 5-day forecast. Doesn't look too bad. We'll tell you more in just a little bit.
And high temperatures were still well below average all over the state, but just wait till I let you folks know how cold it's going to be overnight tonight. I'll have all the answers coming up.
High Tide Restaurant and Bar, voted #1 in outdoor seating, offers live music, a banquet room, and a new menu. Come take in the spectacular view of the Penobscot River while enjoying the freshest seafood in town. High Tide Restaurant and Bar, located at 5 South Main Street in Brewer.
For generations, hardworking people have relied on Ford F-Series trucks to help grow businesses, communities, families. A legacy of capability and technology that's made Ford F-Series America's best-selling trucks 47 years straight. This is the next generation of Built Ford Tough.
Now get 1.9% APR for 72 months on a 2023 Ford F-150, only at your New England Ford dealers.
Come stop by Triple S Tack Shop, 315 Hamden Road, Carmel, for quality clothing and equestrian gear.
There are so many fun things to do in Maine. Now you can enjoy more for less. Check out Half Off Fun from foxbangor.com.
Healing Hands Massage in Hamden provides professional massage services tailored specifically for our clients. Whether you're looking for relief from chronic pain, stiffness, or just want to treat yourself to a day of relaxation, Healing Hands Massage is the place for you.
There's a limited supply available. It's on sale right now. Save with Half Off Fun from foxbangor.com.
High Tide Restaurant and Bar, voted #1 in outdoor seating, offers live music, a banquet room, and a new menu. Come take in the spectacular view of the Penobscot River while enjoying the freshest seafood in town. High Tide Restaurant and Bar, located at 5 South Main Street in Brewer.
This is going to be the toughest next level chef yet.
I want my mom.
Only the best will survive.
All new Next Level Chef, Thursdays at 8, 7 Central on Fox.
Welcome back, folks. What a cloudy last several days we've been seeing. Check this graphic out. The last pretty much 9 days, pretty much around 100% of cloud cover. You got to go back to a week ago where we saw mainly cloudy skies, and then around 10 days ago where we did see a lot of sunshine. Most of the Northeast have been pretty much under some cloudy skies. A couple of rain showers mixed with a few snowflakes here in western Pennsylvania, up in Ohio as well, and then of course Toronto getting in on a couple of flurries. Nothing to worry about for us. This is very, very light and scattered down south. For us though, nothing like that. We're looking at just a few passing clouds. Temperatures, though, wow, it is cold outside. Make sure you folks put on your layers, especially by tomorrow morning. Calm winds, though. At least that's a good sign, right? No 60-mile-an-hour winds anywhere near the region. 5-mile-per-hour sustained winds in Bar Harbor. So the winds will continue to stay very light, which is a good sign, but also a bad sign because we're going to get that radiational cooling, all that really cold air from the atmosphere coming down to the surface, and there will be some spots below 0 degrees by tomorrow morning. But if we did have a breeze, it would feel a lot colder than that. Now, it's not the same all over the country. Check this out, that push of warmer air all the way up into Canada. Southern parts of Canada, 50s and 60s all over the region. Not normal at all, folks. This is well above average. This is a winter I have personally never seen in my whole entire life. I've been tracking weather for 15 to 20 years. I've never seen anything this warm in the center part of the country, and same story up into Canada. We're going to get cold, though. By tomorrow morning, near 0 in some spots. Right by the coast, a little bit warmer, and then by Thursday morning, check this out, we're going to be much warmer. 21 degrees in town, even some mid-20s up north into Millinocket area, and even upper 20s right by the coast. So this cold air is not going to be here for long. By tomorrow, though, temperatures near 30, and then we're looking at mid-30s pretty much Thursday. Into Friday, a couple of spots, mid-30s here in town. We're at freezing, upper 20s pretty much right through the weekend. So closer to average temperatures will be arriving closer to the weekend, and then same story into beginning of next week. Now for tonight though, folks, make sure you put on your layers. Of course, if you have school or work or just anything to do early tomorrow morning, it's going to get cold. Temperatures are going to be near 0 degrees, mainly clear skies. That calm wind will let that radiational cooling come all the way down to the surface. For tomorrow, though, a lot better. We're warming up by like 30 degrees. We're going to be in those lower 30s, mostly sunny skies, and once again, a light breeze. Our extended forecast outlook does show a little tiny bit of snow on Thursday. We're looking at very minor accumulations, possibly a trace, a little bit more up north. Friday, Saturday into Sunday, temperatures will be hovering in those upper 20s to lower 30s. Beth?
Alrighty, Conrad, thank you so much.
Yeah, we got sports coming right up next. Stay with us.
Finding the right vehicle for you and your family can be a daunting task. At Varney Buick GMC, our expert staff is here to make the journey as painless as possible. Our goal is to get you and your family in a vehicle that will best fit into your lifestyle. Communication is key, and our team makes sure to be completely transparent throughout the process, informing you on all of your options. Come experience Varney value, only at Varney Buick GMC.
Maine Commercial Solar offers a variety of services including solar systems design, sales, maintenance, and installation. Maine Commercial Solar can help you with existing or new systems. We offer packages for installation by others, or we can help you build your own solar array, smaller residential, or anything in between. Maine Commercial Solar is currently hiring in Herman for multiple positions. We offer competitive pay, a 3% IRA match, vacation, holiday time, and a family-oriented environment. If interested, please call Jason at 848-7486.
I got hurt by a big truck. Why did I call the twos? Because life-changing injuries deserve life-changing money, and I'll fight to get it for you. We got a client who broke multiple bones in a commercial vehicle accident, $700,000. Another client had a brain injury, and we got them $1.15 million. If you get hurt by a big truck, call the twos. We win for you.
Hurt by a big truck, call the twos. We win for you.
Hank's Husqvarna is your full-line Husqvarna dealer with 2 convenient locations, 32 Old State Road in Carmel and 19 Moosehead Trail in Newport. Whether it's tractors and zero turns, chainsaws to trimmers, or pressure washers to snow blowers. Everything is set up, serviced, and ready to go by our certified Husqvarna technician. And all sales are backed by our in-house Husqvarna warranty. For parts, service, or sales, stop in to Hank's Husqvarna, Carmel, or Newport.
Tonight's Sports is brought to you by Diversified Ink Tattoo Studio in Bangor, located in the Penobscot Plaza, providing custom ink by licensed artists for more than 20 years.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Let's start with a touching story out of Pittsfield. After MCI strength coach Woody Moore suffered an aneurysm at the start of the year, the community was quick to jump into action and help in ways his family could have never imagined. Ryan Sudol has more.
Oftentimes, the strength of a community shows in the toughest of times. And that's no different than the Pittsfield community rallying around Woody Moore.
Smart, kind, caring, a huge role model in my life and in so many other people's lives.
Moore is the strength and conditioning coach, plus former football and head softball coach at Maine Central Institute. Moore suffered an aneurysm at the start of this month.
What's happened has been very difficult for us all as a community, for somebody who we see as one of the strongest and most positive people that we come in touch with every day.
But the community was quick to respond. A fundraiser to help provide meals for Moore's kids was started with a $2,500 goal. It has raised over $35,000 in a matter of weeks.
I know that he's going through a hard time and they really need the help, and I was just grateful to see that so many other people were supporting him.
And it didn't stop there. From selling bracelets at local businesses to restaurants donating some of their proceeds. The family is overwhelmed by the support.
I'm incredibly grateful for everyone who's supported, whether it's just stopping by and saying, hey, you're in our thoughts and we're thinking about you, we're praying for you. There's no words that can describe how grateful I am.
To the people here at MCI, the response has been no surprise. Yes, Woody Moore is a great coach, but his impact goes well beyond the playing field.
He has pulled people through difficult times with just an energy and a sunshine that he brings.
He's there like whenever I need him. If I need to call him at 5 o'clock because I need a ride somewhere, I know he's going to come get me.
And as Moore goes through recovery, his family is certain that once back on his feet, he will turn his negative into a positive. Just like his community did for him.
He's going to have a great story to tell, and he's going to use it to motivate other people who are in the same situation. And I know he's looking to help others.
In Pittsfield, I'm Ryan Sudol, ABC 7, Fox 22 Sports.
Thanks for that, Ryan. Certainly rooting for them in his recovery. Moving on now to some news out of the University of Maine on Tuesday, with the University and Maine women's basketball coach Amy Vachon agreeing to a contract extension through 2028. Vachon stays in her home state and with her alma mater. The new contract begins next season with a $210,000 salary with $8,000 increases each year. Vachon is a 4-time America East Coach of the Year, twice has won the conference and taken her Black Bears to the big dance. Hopefully there's some more dancing in their future. All right, let's talk some hockey now. Maine hockey back this Friday after the bye last weekend, and despite not playing, they are still the 6th-ranked team in the nation. The Black Bears are on the road this week, making their first stop at Northeastern on Friday before traveling to the Mullen Center to play number 11 UMass on Saturday. Heading into the weekend, the Black Bears have just 12 games left before Hockey East playoffs, 7 of those games against ranked opponents. They say they are locking in on being a tough, grinded-out team for the final stretch.
We're trying to make sure we solidify the identity of our team as just being a hard-working team that can grind. You know, we're trying to do that through practice, and sometimes you feel like you're making progress with that. Sometimes you feel like you might not be. But that has to be our identity. We know we have the lineup that can score goals and make plays, but can we constantly play those tight checking, grinded out games? That's what we're trying to get to.
All right, let's hit the basketball courts again now, starting off with a Class A girls matchup over in Brewer. The Witches welcoming the Riverhawks of Skowhegan. Big matchup in this as we heat up towards the playoffs, picking this one up in the second quarter of a close game. Witches up, Mariah Roberts to inbound. She finds Ainsley Goodwin underneath the hoop, who connects for 2. Nice play there, just how they drew it up. Skowhegan now. Annabelle Morris has it. The long pass down court to Natalie Cook. She is wide open and finishes the job for 2. Textbook fast break right there. Second half, still a close one. Allie Flagg slices and dices through the defense and finishes. Nice take to the hoop right there. But the Riverhawks had an answer, though. Morris out to Lainey LeBlanc on the corner for 3. She is money from that spot, and the Riverhawks would roll to victory here. Here's Allie Frey showing off the moves down low in the post, finishes off the glass. Skowhegan wins 49-40. All right, now to some Class B boys action. MDI making the long trek to Foxcroft Academy. They play the Ponies. We're going to start in the second quarter here. Foxcroft's Jaden Richard. Nice ball fake. He goes baseline and banks it in, almost taking out our cameraman in the process. Hope everybody's okay right there. Later on, MDI's Spencer Lorendo. He's going to find Jaron Bikert on the wing for 3, and the bank is open for him. Nice touch off the glass. Still in the second, MDI's James Witham on the drive. Falls into the off-balance shot, spins around, and downs it for 2. Finally, another freshman, Foxcroft's Lennon McAfee, drives inside. He gets the nice finger roll to go. They would trail at the half, but come back to win. 35-31 is the final. All right, and for some other scores from around the area, Bangor girls beat Edward Little 54-46. Coney girls beat Hamden 51-39. Ellsworth boys over Bucksport 71-37. And Edward Little boys over Bangor 55-44. That's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after break.
Toyota trains certified technicians. Is that important?
Well, you wouldn't hire just anyone to help you move, would you?
No.
Of course not.
Not again.
Get your Toyota ready for the year's coldest and harshest weather. See your New England Toyota dealer for great service offers to help keep your Toyota dependable and fuel efficient all winter long. Toyota Service Centers. Keep your Toyota a Toyota.
Every time you shop at Hannaford, you help us promote inclusivity, opportunity, and a sense of belonging in every store. You help us build a culture where leaders reflect our diverse communities, where veterans forge new career paths, and where our employees and neighbors alike can find their voice. Together, we're not just feeding families, we're strengthening communities. Hannaford Supermarkets, greater than groceries.
CEM DP Porter Contractors have been in business for more than 40 years. We have recently added an electrical division to further be of service to our loyal customers. CEM specializes in design build for commercial and residential projects. Whether you need help with older construction, new build-outs, or electrical services, CEM has you covered. CEM is currently hiring for all positions. We offer competitive pay as well as great benefits. To inquire about employment or construction, please reach out to 848-7486 or visit CEMMaine.com. Come bowl a few games here at Bangor Brewer Bowling Lanes. We're one of the only Candlepin bowling alley centers in Maine, conveniently located in the heart of Brewer. You always have the opportunity to simply bowl for fun. However, you can also join a league. We have youth leagues, adult and senior leagues. Now don't forget, we also host birthday parties for under $100, and gift certificates are also available. Give us a call right away at 989-3798 to make reservations for your birthday party today.
Excitement comes standard with the Honda Accord, and so does a turbocharged engine. Sophisticated, high-tech, style that enhances functionality. Stand out with the Honda Accord. From Honda, the most awarded brand in Car and Driver 10 Best history. Contact your Honda dealer today or shop online.
Daytona 500, February 18th. And don't miss the Clash, Sunday at 8 Eastern on Fox.
Welcome back. It's almost February, but this armadillo is sticking to its 2024 goals. Check this out. Video from the Point Defiance Zoo and Aquarium shows the 21-year-old armadillo named Scooter going for a run. The small fellow making the most of his minimal space with an exercise wheel. Scooter hops on for just a few rotations before taking a much-needed break. Well, life is hard when here in Armadillo, I suppose.
The struggle is real. All right, well, before today, members of the Discovery Museum's STEM program would travel to schools across Maine in their personal vehicles. But thanks to Darling's Auto Group, that is no longer the case. Members from the museum made their way to Darling's in Bangor as they checked out their brand new Ford Transit Connect. The van was donated by Darling's. Executive Vice President Kevin Tessio says one of their most important goals as a company is community involvement.
I think this one really struck us good, and you know, we get this opportunity from time to time, and we'll continue to take it at Darling's.
With the new van, the museum's educators will now be able to travel across the state with ease as they teach students about the vast universe of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
Having a van that we can have packed and ready to go so our team can go to places like Waldoboro or South Paris or up in the county or down east, it's almost a game changer. It just save us so much energy and help us get out in the world more.
Dickerson says her goal for 2024 is to educate more people about the museum's STEM program, and she hopes the van will bring some attention as they make their way through the state. I think it probably will.
Yeah, certainly an attention grabber. Really cool for them to decal it all out as well.
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, that's definitely a worthwhile donation right there.
I think so.
All right, well, that is going to do it for us, folks. From everyone here at Fox 22 News, take care, and we hope you have a great rest of your night.
Good night, everyone.